Hey, we are back, and we've made tacos before, but this is going to be a different kind of taco. This is a vegetarian taco, but still high in protein and lots of goodness for you. It's going to be a roasted sweet potato black bean taco. It's really good. We've had it before, and the best part is the really good hot sauce that goes with it. My photographer back there is shuddering as I say that, but the hot sauce is really good. Anyway, we'll go through the whole thing. You're going to start out with some stuff all over the counter, is what you're going to start out with. We've got a green bell pepper or a poblano, either way, both kind of a mild, very mild green pepper. We've got white onion minced up, and it's what, half a cup of. We've got the recipe called for 2 cloves of garlic. Really, what's the point? So there's more like 4 there. An orange sweet potato. And you see, sweet potatoes come out kind of rough. All potatoes come out kind of rough sometimes. So I cut out a couple of eyes, but the rest of it is fine to use. And we've got some salt and pepper and oil and some lime juice and other stuff we'll use for the adobo sauce. So I've got the oven heating to 400 degrees because we're going to start with stuff in the pan. But after it gets all mixed in, then it goes in the oven and roasts for about 15 minutes. During that time, I'll make the adobo sauce, and then we should be just about ready for everything. So, all right, so first, we are going to get this pan with some oil in it. And I'm going to turn on our range there, get that going. While that heats for just a minute, it's, for a potato, they can be really kind of tough to cut through, so you gotta be careful. It could roll on you, and then you've got sliced fingers. You don't want to do that. So, be very careful as you're cutting through the potato. See, potatoes are really, especially sweet potatoes, can be very hard. So, be very careful, because I'm not paying your doctor bills. Okay, phew. All right, so once it's in half, that's a little bit easier because now it doesn't roll around on you. And so you can cut it into, we're gonna cut it into about a 1/2 inch little cubes. So it's called diced because it's about the size of a die. You get them like this. And then you can get that. You don't need to peel it. It's fine just like that. And they don't have to be exactly 1/2 inch, but they're going to go inside a taco shell, so you want something that's not unreasonably large. Might even cut these a little bit down a little bit more. A little more bite-sized. These over here that I cut, I'll cut them down a little bit more too. Off. So, we're almost done with the sweet potatoes. Goodness, it is fighting back. So 1 medium sweet potato, you can see it's quite a bit. By the time we put all this in, we'll make up easily 8 or 10 tacos with it. Yeah, a couple of these bigger ones again. I'm gonna chop them down into half size once again. Otherwise, you just have one large piece of sweet potato in your taco. You don't want that. Search out those big guys and cut them down. Okay, we've got cubed sweet potato. All right, all over here, warm enough. Pull out our, it's one of my favorite tools. It's so nice to be able to grab all that stuff. Okay, so first we want to add in the onion and the poblano. So, onion. And I just use a green bell pepper, not the poblano, because that's what we have in our garden, is green bell peppers. And like I said, they're both mellow on the heat or anything. They're not bad at all, so pretty much interchangeable. And then that going. Let that sizzle for just a minute. Once the onions have caramelized a little bit, which means that you'll see them kind of like turn a little brown and kind of caramel coloring to it. That's why they call it caramelized. Once that happens, we will throw in the garlic. In the meantime, we're going to do this with the sweet potato. We'll put the potato in this bowl, a medium-sized bowl. We're going to put in some oil. Mix all around. And then, I'm going to have a potato jump free. We're going to put in a little bit of kosher salt. Kosher salt is a little different from regular salt. It's just kind of a bigger grain and it sticks a little more to the things. So we're going to put in, so that's how much I'm putting in. Probably not even that much. We don't have to put a whole lot of salt. There's plenty of flavor and everything else in there. So mix that around. Then we're going to you can see the brown of the garlic. That means it's caramelizing. So now I'm going to put in, I'm sorry, not the onion, the onion is caramelizing. So now I'm putting in the garlic, letting it simmer in there for just a minute or so. And ooh, man, it smells good already. The garlic, I love the smell of roasting garlic. It smells like victory. Right. Okay, in the sweet potato goes. It all around. that sit for just a minute or two. Now, we are going to go ahead and put this into the oven for about 15 minutes. So the oven's already at 400 degrees. Going to open this up and melt our face off. Slip this in. And we're going to put that on the top rack actually. Okay. First thing I should have checked, make sure the pan has enough room. I'm gonna have to go with this guy down one rack. There we go. Now, I have to put the pan in because the handle wasn't gonna fit. So make sure that your pan can handle the heat. This pan can handle up to 450 degrees in the oven, even that little rubber handle on it. You'd think, wait, that's not gonna melt, isn't it? But it doesn't. It's specially made to be able to do that. If you use a cast iron pan, that works too, all cast iron. It's really good for this. But make sure that whatever you're putting in there can withstand the oven heat. Whatever handle has, all that. And then, make sure you pull out with this, with ease. Not with mine, but with yours. I made the mistake once of actually pulling it out with my oven mitts, putting it on the stove, taking my mitts off, doing something else and coming back and trying to move the pan. Ow, it hurt. I had scars for quite a while on my hand. So make sure you use oven mitts every time you're moving it. Okay, so now that is roasting. I'll give it 15 minutes. In the meantime now, we will start on the wonderful adobo sauce. Okay, so with the adobo sauce, there is chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, hence adobo chilies. So that goes in, splattering everywhere. These are really, really, really hot. Well, okay, they're not like scorpion peppers or anything, but they're good. And they get my nose running, which is always the best gauge of whether it's the right temperature. If you haven't eaten something and you're not doing this, it's not the right temperature. That means just the right temperature for heat. My wife back there going, I'm married to a crazy man, but it's so true. Okay, so put that ooh, from the heat, even from that. Woo, I love that. Okay, we want 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. So this is a 1/2 cup, so I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup. And then 1/2 of a 1/2 cup. And the mayonnaise tampons down the heat just a little bit. So that's why if you put just adobo chilies on your taco, you'd probably not enjoy the tacos. Or there would be some people who do it. This clears those sinuses right out. Okay, so put that much mayonnaise in, and that's going to help tamp it down. And it even says in the recipe that if you start eating your sauce and it's too hot for your taste, put a little mayonnaise in. I love that. I love choking on my food before I even eat it. It's the best. Okay, so that, and then I believe, let me double check, but I think a juice of lime goes in our adobo sauce. And, yep. All right, so juice of 1 lime. This is a juicer. Goes on. Slice the lime. You put the lime in the coconut. Now, hold this tight. You don't want this to go flying off and killing yourself. It makes for a really bad meal when you kill yourself. So, squeeze like that. Get that juice of the lime into the compost. The other half of the lime. Gotta put a little muscle behind it, get that all that juice out of there. And now, it doesn't take much. It's lime of 1 juice. Lime of 1 juice. The juice of 1 lime. I'm already lost because I'm so ready for this adobo sauce to clear out my sinuses. All right, and you want to then put the lid on. We're gonna get a spatula because it's probably gonna splatter up the side some. Oh, yeah, we gotta plug it in. Plugging in helps. I could try to spin it really fast with my fingers, but that probably wouldn't do it. Okay, so chop. Puree. I love that. I know, I'm probably crazy, but okay. So we have adobo sauce now, and when we come back, we'll let that roast for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll pull it out, mix the black beans in, start heating up our tortillas. Tortillas are tortillas, small tortillas, taco-sized tortillas, taco-sized tortillas. And then we'll have tacos, black bean, roasted sweet potato and black bean tacos. So, back in about 10 minutes. All right, it has been 15 minutes. It's time for our oven mitts to get the pan out of the oven. Feels like we're back in Arizona. Okay. Hot pan. Come on now. All right. Now see, this is where, see, I took my mitt off. I grabbed this. Last time I took both mitts off and grabbed the handle. Really, really stupid. So, now we've got that all stirred around. Now we want to take our black beans over here. Can of black beans comes in liquid, so you want to rinse them. And what I do is I take the lid off, but then just kind of hold the lid over it. Let the water run inside a little bit. Don't want to press it down very hard, because otherwise you'll squish all your beans. There's nothing worse than squished beans. But you want to make sure as much liquid is out there as you can, because you don't want runny tacos either. The shells will get messy. All right, so black beans in. 1 can of black beans. And then oven mitt back on to grab the pan in order to keep it still while you're stirring. I think that's where I blew it last time. I just decided that it had been out of the oven for all of 3 minutes out of 400 degrees, so it's obviously plenty cool. All right. And the reason you add the black beans at the last, because otherwise baking them at 400 degrees for 15 minutes probably make them really mushy. You don't want them mushy. So you just kind of add them in, and then they will gather the heat from the pan and from the sweet potatoes themselves, so you don't end up with mushy beans. Okay, now I'm going to keep my oven mitts nearby. I learned my lesson. I'm not completely stupid. I learned my lesson. Oven mitts stay nearby. Okay, we have taco shells. And I'm presuming my wife would like 3 again. She's nodding her head, the silent photographer. It's like working with a silent movie when she's back there. Okay, so for these, take a brush, take some olive oil, and really spread it across, and you do not need a lot on, so if it's on, you can brush to the next one. Even rub them together to get some of that oil, because you just don't want too much on. It's like I'm painting with my happy little tacos. We're just gonna put a little happy taco right over here, just wherever you want your happy little taco. I need an afro when I say that. Your happy little taco. Okay, so 3 taco shells. The griddle has been heating for the whole time, basically ever since I started making this video. So they'll get brown faster. Once those are on there, take on some Mexican style cheese. Cover generously. Well, you do want to kind of keep it to the middle, because when you fold it up, it's going to make a mess if you have too much out to the sides. And, by the way, so I'm going to let that melt and heat this up just a little bit. If you notice, everything is cleaned up here for 2 reasons. One, as I've said many times, you got 15 minutes while it's roasting, get stuff cleaned up. When you're fat, dumb, and happy after your meal, less to clean up and do if you've done some dishes ahead of time. Second of all, my poor wife was nearly gagging on my adobo sauce. I've sealed it up because it makes her go because it's just so hot for her. Me, I love it. Well, it makes me go but I like that. But it was so hot for her that I had to do the dishes, because normally our deal is I cook, she makes dishes, does the dishes. She said, you got both tonight, buddy, because I can't touch that stuff. So all dishes are done, and she didn't have to do them this time, so apparently she owes me. All right, you can see it's starting to melt. We're gonna grab a little spoon that has the slot in it, and our oven mitt. Can't stress enough the oven mitt. And now we're just going to spoon our mixture into our tacos. Ooh. Ooh. All right, and now last trick is we have to carefully get them off the griddle. I will brush my tacos. I may just go with 3. I usually go with 4, but I'm feeling like just 3 tonight. Just kind of how I am. Go with what I feel. Okay, so oil. One. Two. And 3. So 3 shells for me. Her shells are ready. We have our handy dandy, I don't know, okay, taco holders. Is that fun? Can you catch that? Okay, so anyway, if you don't have fun while you're cooking, you're not doing it right. So, see, these shells are just a little bit on the crispy side, which is perfect for these. And you see like how brown and crispy they are on the outside there where they were heating. Okay, there we go. 3 black bean and roasted sweet potato and black bean tacos without the adobo sauce. So really they're not finished, but they're good enough for my wife because that's what she wants. So there we go. I'll have mine done here shortly. And these are, again, really pretty easy. Just remember the oven mitts. And that's it. We'll see you next time.